Good morning, students. You are welcome to class this morning. We're going to be looking at the course titled Script Analysis and Interpretation, THA 325. This course is very important because it's going to impact on you the skills and how to go about understanding script perfectly well, as well as how to utilize the knowledge of script in the making of a drama, movie, or any theatrical performance that will require script analysis and interpretation. Alright, so moving forward, let's consider the first part of the course, which is the first aspect, which is script analysis. Alright, so what is script analysis? As we can see on the screen, script analysis is a critical process in various fields such as theater, film, and television, even game design. It involves a detailed examination of a script to understand its structure, themes, characters, and dialogue. This process is essential for directors, actors, and designers and other creatives to bring a script to life effectively. Below is an extensive discussion of the concept covering the purpose, method, and application. So here we see that this involves a thorough examination and evaluation of the script. Right, that is what script analysis is all about. All those activities, trying to understand, trying to evaluate, question, and then query the script to find out different vitals about the script, to exploit information, basic informations from a script. And remember that the script is fundamental, to performances. It's just like an architectural design, before a building starts. Okay, so in this situation, the drama or play or whatever, represents, the main building, and then there should be a design before the project of a building starts. Okay, so in movies and stage performances, script writing must precede action. And then here we're looking at the analysis, which is very important. So when a script has been designed, to properly understand it, to properly analyze it, to know what it represents, so that action can take place, is very important. And that is what this course entails. Okay, script analysis and representation. So still on script writing, we've seen the meaning. So what are the purposes of script analysis? So what are the purposes of script analysis? So script analysis serves multiple purposes depending on the role of the person conducting it. So this purpose is gonna be seen, under these headings, based on the one who is analyzing the script. Okay, so the purpose is based on the person doing the analysis. So we're going to be looking at it under the person of a director, for directors. Okay, so what purpose is script writing for directors. So it helps in understanding the I'll repeat that again. It helps in understanding the overarching vision of script, including its themes, tone, narrative structure, tone and narrative structure. So I'm trying to read from the screen. All right. So pardon me if there is little delay, because I want you guys to also follow what is what is showing on the screen. All right. So like we've seen here, for the directors, so it helps them, to actually build a vision of the script, the vision. So analysis will help them understand the vision of the script, then the theme, the tone, and narrative structure. Remember that script, is what represents the story. The story is written on the script. So for directors who are always vertical on the vision, who are trying to understand the theme, the tone, the path the story is going to, the narrative structure, and all of that. Okay, so the purpose of analysis is to get the clarity of the theme and all of that. Then for actors, because the actors also will need to analyze the script. It's not only meant for directors, remember. So what purpose is script analysis for actors? It aids in character development, helping actors understand their characters, motivations, relationship, and arcs. This deep understanding allows for more nuanced and authentic performances. Okay, so for actors, it will actually help them a great deal. It's going to help them understand character development, because they are the ones that will act, okay, the script. So it will give them an in-depth understanding of what the actor is expected to do. Okay, what the actor is expected to do, how he's supposed to act. And then it will now help the actor to know the right emotions, the right actions, that is required for a particular role on line of the script. Okay, so the actor will also analyze, so the purpose here is to actually develop that perfect character analysis. Character development, as seen on the screen. So it will help the actor understand his role, and as well as the actress understanding their different roles. Then for designers, the designers here refer to set designers, costume, and lighting. What is the purpose of script analysis to these people? So it's going to provide insight into the world of script, including time period, setting, and mode, which inform design choices. So for these guys, remember they're in the creative team in the area of designing. Okay, so for the person who will work on the set or design the set before action starts, the script will enable him to know, the direction of, the movie or the drama. It also, reveal time period, because all of these things will unfold in different plots, and setups. So it will enable the set designer to know time period of the event, as well as the costume. The costumier also know the right costume that will match different phases of performance and scenarios. So it will be beneficial to them. So when they read the script and analyze it, they will be able to fix all of this. Then the lighting person, the lighting manager or designer, we also know the right lighting pattern to use to know the right lighting design that will be applicable for each of the scenes. Remember that movie or stage drama or whatever goes with time. Okay, different scenes review different time and all of that. Could be time of the day or time in history, and therefore the lighting designer can actually understand all of this when the script is being analyzed. We'll be able to know the right time and then the light pattern or design that will fit into the timing. Then for writers, even writers can benefit from analyzing their own script to identify strengths, weakness, and areas of improvement. Yes, so for the writers, it will actually help them to review areas that are not well perfected on the script and then to make adjustments. So like we've seen here, to help them identify areas of strength, areas of weaknesses, and they'll be able to make improvements. Yes, there could be weaknesses in script. Yes, not all scripts are perfect, but through analysis, you'll be able to point out weaknesses, places that were not actually written properly. Okay, and then adjustments are made. So moving forward, we'll look at key elements of script analysis. Remember that we are still on script analysis. Okay, we're still on script analysis. So what are the various areas of script analysis? So we're going to be looking at these key elements. The first element in script analysis is plot and structure. Plot and structure. So understanding the narrative arc, including the exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. It revolves around plot and structure. So understanding all of this revolves around plot and structure. So plot and structure, as we've seen, deals with understanding the narrative arc, including exposition, rising action, climax, falling action, and resolution. So these include identifying key plot points and turning points. Okay, so in script analysis, in trying to analyze script, we consider this element, plot and structure. Okay, every story is structured in different phases and dimensions. Okay, a story has a beginning part. Okay, and then from there it drives to a point. That point, could be the point of climax, the height of event. All right, when your expectation is so high, the audience want to know what will happen at that point, the heat of the story. All right, and then the descending part of it and all of this. So everything is well structured. Okay, everything is well structured. So it's part of everything is included in the script analysis, plot and structure. The different patterns that a story unfold and then the way it is structured. Then themes and messages. themes and messages is also another element. Theme here has to do with the central idea. Okay, the this thing is trying to communicate. The story is trying to communicate. So it could be social issues, the moral questions, philosophical concept. What kind of idea and message is being conveyed. So is part of the elements. Is one of the elements. In fact, one of the main elements of script. So it is being analyzed. Okay, the director will always want to know if everything, the story or the script is in line with the theme and message, because it has to project all the actions, all this has to be in line with the theme, the central message of the script. Then characters are also key elements in script analysis. Analyzing the character's background, motivations, relationship, and development throughout the script, is part of script analysis. This includes understanding their objectives, obstacles, and transformations. Everything that has to do with the character is one of the main elements being analyzed in script. Then dialogue. So dialogue has to do with the spoken words, the interactions. So in script analysis, the language being used is being analyzed. The language used by the characters, including subtext, tone, and style. This helps in understanding how characters communicate and what they reveal through their words. Remember that this is script, so the analysis will involve different characters, like we've seen here, including subtext, since it is not revealed verbally instantly but through text. So we have to use the right tonations and text signals and all of that to suggest high tones, low tones, and all of that in the dialogue process. So this is important, so that the actors will know exactly the right tone to apply, and the action that will follow suit. Then setting and context is also another part. Setting and context is also another element. Understanding the time period, location, and social context in which story takes place is an element that is being analyzed. This informs decision on design, costume, and even performance style. Okay, so I've always said this, that time is paramount, and then in script analysis, this is a key element. The setting and time and setting and context. This will help the designers to know the design to apply. Then another element that is important is tone and genre. Tone and genre. Identifying the tone, e.g., comedic, dramatic, tragic, and genre, e.g., thriller, romance, sci-fi, of the script, which influences how the story is presented and received. So like we've seen here, the tone is the movie comedy, dramatic, tragic, and all of that. What type of movie? And then the genre is also important to be able to know the tone of the script. So this is an important element. in script analysis. So when scripts are being analyzed, we consider the tone and genre based on the formations where they are coming from. Then moving forward, let's consider methods of script analysis. What are the various methods? Of script analysis. So we have textual analysis. This involves a close reading of the script, paying attention to the language, structures, and literary devices used by a writer. It often includes annotating the script with notes on characters, plot, and themes. So here, the one of the methods of script analysis is to position or emphasize on the text, because text actually, since it's not a verbal, um, uh, it's not a verbal format, or let me use audio format rather. Everything is on text, so we can actually pick, the verbal action based on the text we are reading. So text analysis is very, very important because it's going to reveal, how actions, will take place, or the tone of the voice, if we're gonna scream or not, and all of that. So text analysis is very, very important, as well as different punctuations and all of that is considered. Then character analysis. This method focuses on understanding the characters in depth. Techniques include creating character biographies, exploring relationships, and identifying character arcs. So next is structural analysis. So um, structural analysis has to do with examining script narrative structure, often using tools like beat analysis, identifying key moments in script, in the three-act structure, which includes setup, confrontation, resolution. So every script has a structure, right? It has a structure according to the narrative formations. So this thing is like a story, and the stories are built in different structures. Okay, so the structure of the story of the script is being analyzed, and it involves setup, confrontation, and resolution. Then thematic analysis. The word thematic, emanates from theme, right? So remember that what we said about theme, has to do with the central message being communicated. So this involves identifying and exploring the central themes of the script. It may include researching the historical, cultural, and philosophical context of these themes. Right, so this method has to do with trying to explore the theme being represented by the script. Then practical analysis. This method often used by directors and designers, focusing on how the script will be realized in performance. Now, this will also involve consideration of staging, blocking, and design elements. So, this method is now, when action will take place. Having done all the analysis, then the practical analysis is now delving into the practical aspect of the script, acting the script out. Okay, when we have done all due diligence, we now do the acting. Okay, following the tones that is on the script. So at this point, actors or characters, the case may be, will be asked to go real, to do a mini shoot on set using the script. Wherever the voice should be loud, they should act it loud. Whenever the voice or tone will be low, they should reduce it, and then they should actually extolate and review the main actions that is contained on the script, as well as emotions represented on the script whenever they need to frown, based on script analysis they have to. So at this point, the script is being acted on stage or on set. So let's also look at applications of script writing. Application of script writing. Script writing is applied in various stages of production and performance. So, application of script writing is based on different stages of performance. Remember that performance goes with different stages. The making of a drama, movie, and all of that, it goes with stages, including TV productions and even radio and all of that. All artistic areas that goes with different phases. But here we're looking at um, stage production and all performances. So number one phase is pre-production. Pre-production. During this phase, script analysis informs casting, design, and directorial decisions. It helps in creating cohesive vision in production. Okay, so pre-production is before the action is done, alright, before shooting starts. Pre-production. Okay, so at this point, the team is just the director or whoever is trying to build a platform, a solid background before action will start. Because members of the team need to understand their roles, need to understand what they need to do. So at this point, the script is like the constitution, it's like the guide, okay, the guiding principle, the guiding path that will help to put everything together. The actions of actors, performance of actors, the set designer, light designer, and all of that. So everybody, before action will start, are meant to go through the script. The next is rehearsals. Actors and directors use script analysis to explore characters and scenes in depth. This can involve table reads, character workshop, and scene analysis. So during rehearsals, remember that scripts are used. This will involve in-depth analysis. Rehearsal is what precedes the main performance. So everybody is meant to understand his part very, very well. Then performance. Even during performance, script analysis continues to inform actors, choices, and directors' adjustment. It ensures that the production remains true to the script's intentions. So even when action is taking place, that's the main point when the drama is being acted or the movie is being shot even on set. Script analysis also continues because actors can actually make mistakes, especially in movie, all right, when different takes are being done. So the director will always go to the script to check if these things are being done accordingly, okay, and then if there are adjustments to be made. Then in post-production, in film and television, script analysis can also inform editing decision, ensuring that the final product aligns with script, narrative, and thematic goals. So here we're saying that even when the action has taken place, there is also post-production, when the shots are being edited and all of that. So script analysis also continues, trying to make sure that the final editing work aligns, with the narrative on the script, because the script is the story. And then, when editing is done and there's a shift out of, the storyline, it will affect the team, it's going to affect the general movie, and it will demean the intention of the movie or performance. So script analysis comes to bear in this point. Then what are the tools and techniques for script analysis? We have beat sheets. These are used to break down the script into smaller units or bits, each representing a shift in action or emotion. It helps understand the rhythm and pacing of scripts. Okay, so scripts are broken into bits, different bits, different smaller units of actions and all of that. Then character maps, has to do with visual tools that map out relationships between characters, helping to understand dynamics and interactions. So remember, these are tools and techniques, for script analysis. So the first one we've seen is beats sheets, second one is character maps, third one is script annotations. There's a marking of the script with notes on character, plot, themes, and other elements. This can include highlighting key lines, noting subtext, and identifying important moments. Okay, so this is used to actually make separations or differentiate between characters, plot, themes, and all of that, so that when you see the right annotation, you know that okay, this one is talking about character. When you see the annotation for plot, you know that it has to do with plot or theme and all of that. Then research. Research has to do with conducting research on historical, cultural, and social context of script. Can provide deeper insight into its themes and characters. So that's another technique. Then the last technique is workshop and table reads. This has to do with collaborative sections where actors and directors explore the script together, often leading to new insights and interpretation. So workshop is like a round table analysis where both the actors and all the creative teams, they sit down, look at the script, analyze it, and then everybody bringing up their own idea and professionalism. Remember that most times the director may not be all-knowing. Yes, the director is there to facilitate the process, but he doesn't know it all. Members of the team, also have a lot to contribute, individually. So in fact, some actors are also directors. So, the roundtable discussion will help, to fine-tune the script. Then challenges in script analysis. What are the various challenges in script analysis? One is subjectivity. Different people may interpret the same script in different ways. This subjectivity can lead to varying interpretation and creative choices. Okay, so these are some of the challenges that are seen in script analysis. People interpret script based on their own ideas, based on their own orientation, experience, and all of that, which may affect the theme or message that is contained on the script, which can even affect the storyline. Then complexity. Some scripts particularly those with non-linear narratives or dense themes, can be challenging to analyze. This requires a deep and um, important understanding, a thorough understanding of the text. The complexity, when a script is very complex, with different forms of dynamisms, it becomes a bit difficult to explore when it is not a straightforward story full of different, dimensional formations of the story. It might be very difficult to understand. Then next one is balancing interpretation and fidelity. While creating interpretation, while creating interpretation is important, it is also crucial to remain faithful to the script's intentions. Striking this balance can be, difficult. Remember that script analysis involve, different interpretation and all of that. Okay, so however you interpret it, it is also important not to deviate from the main intention, because the writer, the one who scripted the script, have an intention, okay, something in mind, a theme, a message to convey. Alright, so interpretation should not deviate from that message. Then time consuming is also a key challenge to script analysis. It takes a lot of time. Analyzing script takes a lot of time to actually get it done. Because if you miss it from the analysis, what you'll be performing or acting will not actually give a better interpretation. Alright, so it is time consuming. To get it right takes a lot of time. Right, so ladies and gentlemen, wonderful students, we're going to stop at this point. Remember that my name is Mr. Amara Okorafor, taking you on this course. Okay, so do not forget to indicate your center location. You start with your username and then center location where you are listening from. Okay, so to this end, we'll call it a day. Remember that we're going to be looking at the second phase of this course in the next session. So bye bye for now.